being fueled. We're just coming up to Rosyth. Another lovely morning. What looks like gas rigs or maybe oil field, I don't know. Just got the bridge coming up in the front there.
Make sure my fingers are out the way.
Yeah, I think I have wound it on.
Right.
Just check.
Are you enjoying your cruise? I heard you've had lovely weather. Brilliant, huh? You're very lucky. Because it's not so nice down south at the moment. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Sunshine!
I don't want to be so cold.
You might have put it there.
I don't know.
It's the fancy one we're doing. There we go.
We're going to head off now in towards Edinburgh, but we're going to actually have a little pause just before we get there, and I'll explain that once we get moving. So, here we go. I hope you're all feeling leisurely this morning, because leisurely is the name of the game today. So, you may have noticed, as you were looking from your ship, straight behind us now, you may have seen what looked remarkably like the profile of an aircraft carrier. And that was indeed an aircraft carrier, and that is HMS Prince of Wales, the second of the Queen Elizabeth class aircraft carriers being built for the Royal Navy at the moment. The first of those Queen Elizabeths left Rosyth last summer to go on their sea trials and has now been commissioned into the Royal Navy. And these two ships are the largest warships ever built for the Royal Navy. Quite an impressive sight. And if you look to your ahead and to your right as we come round here, you will see another impressive sight, the three bridges spanning the River Forth here at South Queensferry. And we're going to be crossing over these, and the first stopping point we're going to have, just to take in the view, is there is standards, I think,
Britannia.
smelly way of living. And that was the main impetus for the start of the construction of the new town in 1767. Now this next set of traffic lights we're coming to actually marks the boundary between Leith and Edinburgh proper. This church in the corner, Bulrig Kirk, basically once we're through this set of lights, that's us back in, we're into the city of Edinburgh proper and leaving Leith behind us. So this has been a main route up into Edinburgh from Leith for many centuries, but the street in its present form really laid out in the 19th century. These are 19th century buildings broadly we see on either side of the road here. By the National Trust for Scotland, and has been restored to what it would have looked like when it was first completed right at the beginning of the 19th century. So you can go in there and you can actually see what one of these very elegant new town houses would have looked like when they were first built. Obviously very much for the wealthier citizens of Holyrood House. Now what you're looking at actually developed from an abbey that was built just to the left. You can see concealed by scaffolding at the moment, they're doing some remedial work, is the original remains of the original Holyrood Abbey. The story of how this got founded goes back to the time of King David I of Scotland in the 1120s AD. The story is he was hunting in the park here when he was thrown from his horse by a monstrous stag threatened to gore him with its antlers. Then a miraculous vision of the Holy Cross came floating down from heaven and settled between the stag's brow, between its antlers, and the stag immediately took fright and fled. And in gratitude for his miraculous deliverance, the king vowed that he would dedicate an abbey on the site where it happened. Hence the Abbey of Holyrood. The rood is an old word for cross, so it actually just means the Abbey of the Holy Cross. The kings of Scotland, however, speedily discovered that the guest chambers of the abbey were a much more comfortable place to stay than the cold, drafty surroundings up in the castle at the top of the hill. So they started inviting themselves to stay here, and that is what the palace developed from. The building as we see it just now, the tower directly in front of us is the oldest surviving part of the palace. This dates from the reign of King James, and then we have a courtyard opening out behind that, and all the royal apartments around the three sides of the courtyard there. So that is the plan of the palace. So as I said, bit in front of us, 1530s basically, the rest of it 1670s. That's the old abbey, which has been in ruins since the end of the 17th century.
And that was part of it, wasn't it?
Well, the abbey was there before the palace.
All right.
Very large church there with an unusually shaped spire in the shape of a closed crown. And this is St Giles Cathedral, or the High Kirk of St Giles, the Mother Church of Presbyterianism as it is sometimes known. The roots of that church, the oldest parts of it, date back to the 12th century. The spire, the crown spire, was added in the reign of James IV, round about the year 1500. So for well over 500 years, that spire has been just about Edinburgh's most conspicuous. Things like livestock market and horse fairs, etc. And as we come down into Grassmarket, one of the things to do is if you look up to your right, you get one of the most stunning views of Edinburgh Castle, I think, that the city has to afford. So just coming into Grassmarket now, I may mention that just at this end of Grassmarket, you'll see there's a red telephone box, and just beyond that is where the main gallows in Edinburgh used to be, where all the public executions took place. Before the days of television and the internet, you had to entertain yourself somehow in the dark winter nights, so turning up for a public hanging was a very popular way of passing the time. But I have to say, as far as I know, it's at least 6 months since we last had a public hanging here, so we probably won't see one today. You can see a pub just beyond it called The Last Drop, which I think is one of those most corny and awful puns I've ever encountered. So this is Grassmarket here, and just look up to your right and there's quite a stunning view of the castle. National Gallery for Scotland, dating from the 1840s. View of the castle up to our left again here now. So it's at the National Gallery on our right, and in front of that is the Royal Scottish Academy, dating from the 1820s. So we're just coming down to the foot of the mound now, and we're just going to do a little jink across the line of Princes Street. And then I think we'll just straight down to Queen Street and back out. So just Princes Street, we're just jinking across here now. Scott Monument again to our right, and heading back up towards George Street, statue of George IV we saw earlier. We're going to go straight across here, back down to the line of Queen Street, and then start heading out towards Rosyth again. Shaggy wood, land of the mountain and the flood, land of my sires, what mortal hand can e'er untie the filial band that knits me to thy rugged strand? So he can
Goodbye, Edinburgh. Goodbye, Scotland. Next stop, Honfleur in France, and the Monet Garden.
Close the bill. Then you know why I feel blue. I beg you, well, I love you, yes, I love you, Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, hold my heart in you, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what